With President Obama poised to sign the health care bill today, can Senate Republicans really pave the way to ever repealing it? Arizona Senator John McCain took his Capitol Hill colleagues to task on the Senate floor yesterday, and the senator joins us now live from the Russell Rotunda. Good morning to you, Senator McCain.
Good morning, Gretchen.
All right, you were pretty much on fire yesterday. You were even going head-to-head with President Obama's main advisor, David Axelrod. You're very hot under the collar in this whole thing. Do you think that Republicans can actually repeal what happened over the weekend?
Sure, if you believe that the will of the people is sooner or later reflected in the actions of Congress. In all this media adulation and basking in success, the fact is the overwhelming majority of the American people don't like this. They don't want it. They want us to start over. And they obviously have rejected this massive government takeover. And so I am confident that over time we can affect this in a very substantial way. And that obviously is something that we can't quit on.
But Senator, how are you going to do that? Because so many people after this vote Sunday night said, it's a done deal now. How are you going to do that? I know you're keeping your strategy close to the vest, but what can you tell us this morning about Republicans? What are they going to do?
Well, we'll be fighting on the floor of the Senate in the so-called reconciliation. And again, the more exposure this gets, the less support that it gets. We'll be fighting, and it gets a little arcane, but we'll be fighting, and we'll have a lot of visibility on that. There are now states' attorneys generals who are going to court immediately after the president has signed the bill. Right. There will be fights in the courts. There will be campaigns. Don't think that the Tea Partiers are just angry about health care. They're angry about spending. They're angry about out of control about taxes. They're angry about mortgaging their children's futures. So you're going to see all over America the grassroots campaigns intensify.
Right. Well, Senator McCain, another thing the Tea Partiers are angry about is immigration reform, something that you have been front and center of, and it's been controversial for you, quite frankly. You have now said on the record yesterday that there will be no more cooperation on issues like immigration reform from the Republicans. That's a huge statement coming from you, Senator, because you have a rich history of reaching across the aisle.
Well, the fact is, no one has reached across the aisle to us ever since the president was inaugurated. Despite their statements to the contrary, there's never been a single instance where we have sat down across the table and negotiated. And I've been involved, as you know, with many bipartisan agreements. So there has been none. They jammed the stimulus bill through. They jammed their budget through. They jammed the omnibus appropriations bill through, and they're jamming this through. So it's not a revelation that there's no cooperation, because they have never reached out to us, and they passed this on a totally partisan basis.
But that to me is a huge headline coming from Senator McCain, because a lot of people today are waking up and saying, how the heck do we bridge the divide in this country? And if you are saying there will be no cooperation from Republicans, then every other Republican is going to say the same thing, right?
No, Gretchen, we will. Listen, where there's areas where it's in the country's interest for us to work with the Democrats, that's fine. We obviously will do that. Hopefully, maybe, although it's come through on a partisan basis, financial regulation reform. But there's got to be a two-way street, number one. We will work wherever it is possible to do so, but it has to be in a bipartisan fashion. There has been no bipartisanship. But look, we'll be willing to work on anything. Unfortunately, they have poisoned the well to the point where it's almost impossible.
Back in your home state of Arizona, you're facing a tough challenge now from J.D. Hayworth. The latest poll shows that you are still ahead, but he has closed the gap, 48% to 41%. I know this weekend you have a big ticket item coming to help you out, and that's Governor Sarah Palin. How much is she going to do for you in Arizona?
Oh, she's still very highly respected and highly regarded, and I'm sure it'll be wonderful to have Sarah and Todd out in Arizona with us. It would be a great thing. We do some great events, and I look forward to having her out. Look, at the end of the day, I have to earn every vote. I have always taken every race I'm in seriously, and I'm confident of victory.
How does it feel, though, Senator, somebody who served for so long, to have a serious challenger right now in the primary? Because by all accounts, J.D. Hayworth is going to get a lot of support from those Tea Partiers that we're talking about, right?
Well, the Tea Partiers in Arizona have said they're not engaged in the race. I did a town hall meeting on Saturday in Prescott with the Tea Partiers. Look, I love a good scrap. I love a good campaign, and I'm enjoying this one. It's a lot of fun.
All right, Senator McCain, always great to speak with you. Have fun this weekend with Governor Palin, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again very soon. Thank you, Senator.
Thanks, Gretchen.